Hey everybody, Judy here, your host for the Ozone Therapy Summit, back with another episode. This is day 3, and this is the time we're going to talk about my 3-day detox system. So perfect day, perfect timing. So glad you're on here. Appreciate you guys for watching the whole Ozone Therapy Summit, and especially this part about detox. You know, I've been a traditional naturopathic physician for over 30 years. I had 2 clinics, and not working on the clinics anymore, just trying to get this information out to you guys. There's so much misinformation about detox, and that's why I consider myself a specialist. I've tried all these different things and days and ways to detox, and bar none, it doesn't have to be complicated, and it's becoming way too complicated. And this is why people don't want to do it. So we're going to break it down today in a very simple way and show you how this 3-day detox works. I'm going to have checklists and downloads and things you guys could have, but it really doesn't take that much. It's just a matter of getting your program together, getting started, and then doing it, right? And doing as much as you can. And one thing I want to start out by saying right here and now is that if you could do even 80% of this, you're going to be fine. You don't have to get it perfect. We have one client who was saying, Jeannie Brannick, she's been following me for a long time, and she did her detox, and she said, I can't believe why I waited so long, why I thought this was so complicated. The system is really not. It's easy, and I feel good, and I'm not hungry, right? So it's that simple, right? I want to make sure that you guys understand that even if you don't do 100% of it perfectly, meaning you have the exact food and the exact schedule and this and that you're still going to get results. I got it down. And so now I'm going to put what is in my head into your head. So here we go. All right, first things first is we talked about the system, which is a pre-cleanse, a actual 3-day, what I call the power detox, and then the 3-day post. So that's ideal. Again, if you don't have the time to do a full-on 3-day pre-cleanse, then just do 1 or 2 days, that's okay. But the 3-day detox, the actual power detox, is non-negotiable. I really encourage you guys to do that as much as you possibly can, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and as fully as you can in the program, and then the 3-day, if you can, post-cleanse or post-detox. Okay, so we'll get into the morning routine, the afternoon routine, and the evening routine in this segment so that you guys know what needs to be done. Okay, so what we're going to focus on for the 3-day power detox, which is what we're focusing on right now, is the liver and the colon. The colon, liver, colon. All right, those are your 2 systems we are focusing on detox. You could do many other types of detox for your kidneys, your skin, and all different things, but that's what we're going to focus on. Why? Because when you do the ozone therapy, what you have to understand is as the ozone, the power of the ozone is going after those pathogens that don't belong in your body, the excess, the things that you're making you sick, it has to go somewhere. And so what I've learned is when the body has a very clear, easy pathway, we all like things easy, right? And so does our body. So when it has a clear, easy pathway going through the colon, and the liver is filtering everything out it needs to, the colon has a pathway, next thing you know is that everything is a lot easier. You're going to feel better, right? So we're going to focus on clearing the pathway for the colon, making sure the liver has what it needs to cleanse out, and just keeping it that simple. So again, even if you do 80% of this, you'll be fine. So the therapies that we're going to be talking about is to use during this is, and again, simple stuff, is the dry skin brushing. I bought my dry skin brush to show you guys. We're going to talk about how easy this is and how good it makes your body feel. So this is something you could pick up at the health food store or department stores. And so we're going to use this. This is a powerful therapy for detoxing. Your detox bath, which includes Epsom salt, sea salt, and baking soda. Simple. You have a shower. We're going to show you how to do hydrotherapy. Again, super simple. And that's about it, right? And then we're going to have the drinks. I'm going to show you guys what to do for the drinks. Okay, so let's just get the overview of the 3-day power cleanse. Basically, from the time you wake up till the time you go to bed, you're going to have something to drink every 2 hours, right? Every 2 hours is when you're going to get something in your system. Why? Because as the nutrients come into your system, your body is going to be able to use it to focus on getting the nutrients to your blood cells and not digesting. We don't want it digesting if possible, right? Again, if you're hungry and you're like, oh, I have to have something, I'm not used to not eating. We are people who love to eat mostly. I understand that. So then go and have a bowl of fresh fruit, like fresh organic strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, something like that. If you want to in the afternoon, have something a little bit more warming, have some vegetable soup because you're so hungry. But if you can, for the 3-day power detox, try not to eat anything at all. Just focus on the drink. So every 2 hours, you're going to drink something. All right, so what does that look like? Okay, so first thing in the morning, you're going to take a big glass of water. That's a big glass of water. A big glass jar, and that is a quart or liter size, all right? And in that purified water, you're going to have purified water. Doesn't have to be distilled. Some people ask distilled. I said, no, just get some purified water, it's fine. And then you're going to squeeze a fresh lemon. Now, using a lemon that is, what do they call it, reconstituted in those little jars and stuff, that's not a good idea. You want the nutrients of the fresh lemon in that because it's going to help your liver to detox, right? So it's a very gentle way to detox, very gentle on your liver. So you're going to make, first thing in the morning you get up, you want to stretch and move around and do whatever you do. And then you're going to make your water, your glass. I prefer glass because then you have less toxins from the plastic, right? So glass with the fresh lemon. So you make that first. Then it's a good time to stretch and move your body, right? Some people like to walk in the morning. Some people like to take their animals out, their little pets for a walk. That's great. I have one friend, Jack. He's a hoot. He takes his cats for a walk, and he has this cute little kitten called Baba Gunaj. So big shout out to Jack for going for his morning walks, even if it's cold out. Jack's been on a cancer healing journey. He's done a fantastic job and doing all his smoothies and shakes and drinks. And here he takes his little cats for a walk. Whatever it takes to move your body in the morning is fantastic. And then we're going to prep for the day some things that you need to get together. So make sure you have your dry skin brush, make sure you're having your bath stuff around, whatever. Now, let's talk about, let me just put this, let's talk about some of the other drinks you're going to want to have. So again, I'll have just a simple checklist for you guys so that you have all this there. Is you're going to want your coconut water, you're going to have your almond milk with your green smoothie, you're going to have your lemon water, you're going to have your liver tea, and then your psyllium. So you're going to have 5 things. I'm looking at my list here on the side. You're going to have your lemon water, you're going to have your green smoothies, you're going to have your coconut water, your liver tea, and then your psyllium. And that's what you're going to drink every 2 hours. You could drink water in between if you want to as well, sipping on some water. And so people will say, well, do I need to be near the bathroom? Because you get afraid of you're going to have to go have a bowel movement. And I'm like, the bowel movement is not as important as the water and the liquid intake. You're going to have to pee a lot. And so you're going to want to be close to the bathroom. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday typically is what I tell people. Have that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. To that you're relaxed at home. You could go in the bathroom when you need to. Mostly, again, you'll be peeing, and then you'll be relaxed because you'll be close by. You don't really want to go out that much. So we talked about, okay, so morning is you're going to make your water and all that. Now, some people, your lemon water and that, some people like to have their juices, their vegetable juices. mentioned that the other day to have the nutrients from your carrot juice and your carrot celery juice, so you can get that. You don't. It's just a lot of work to make it, right? So I encourage you to have the juice already made for you, so you don't have, that's one less thing to worry about. So before your 3-day detox, go get your carrot juice and have it for 3 days. Put one in the refrigerator, put the other ones in the freezer, and you're good to go. Okay, so keep it simple, right? And then in the evening, you're going to be doing your therapies, right? So you'll be doing your ozone therapy sometime in the day. Evening, you could relax and have your therapy. So one of the things I recommend, like I said, is the dry skin brush. And you can see it's a wooden handle and it's natural bristles here, right? This is a little bit coarse, right? Sometimes you could have the ones a little bit softer that are shorter bristles. You can start out with those. I've been at this for a while, so I use this one. I like it because it's got the long handle, but then if you want to, you could take it off, which is typically what I do. And some of them have a strap for the hand, but then I just brush. That's it. It's really simple and it feels so good. And as you're brushing, right, just short little strokes like that, always up towards your heart. As you're brushing, the natural bristles are getting rid of the dry, flaky skin on top, but also is helping to open up your pores, which is ultimately what we want. We want your skin to be breathing to allow the toxins to go out and the oxygen to come in. And so it's very, very important. This is one therapy. Back in the day, in the times of the Greek wrestlers, talk about going back a few centuries, they used to use not this kind of brush, but a loofah sponge and just something to, sometimes twigs, it was crazy. But they dry skin brushed as well. And what they found with the wrestlers, this is an old story, in many ways, they found that the wrestlers who did this exfoliation of the skin and really opened up their skin were better wrestlers. Why? Because they had more oxygen going in and out, right? And they were able to have that oxygen exchange in a much more effective manner. So that's very important to understand. But here's the thing that's so cool about dry skin brushing. It also increases the lymphatic flow in your lymphatic system. From your head to your toes, you have something called lymphatic system. And there's little nodes, little tiny nodes that are all throughout the lymphatic system. And those nodes are like little storage tanks that hold the toxins that keep it from going off into your body. It tries to protect you, right? But when you have breast cancer, for example, what's the first thing they do? Oh, you have swollen lymph nodes, let's rip it out, right? And they do surgery. And that's one of the worst things you could possibly do. If you've already had it done, I know, it happened, it's done, don't worry about it. We'll keep you moving. But if they rip it out, that's your storage area, your little storage tank for poison. And it keeps it there, has little valves that open and close, and it keeps it there and protects you. But if they're ripped out, there's no protection, right? What happens if there's too many toxins? The lymphatic system, the nodes swell up and they get bigger, 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 and that's where you have problems, right? So by having the dry skin brushing, as you're brushing your body all throughout, it is stimulating those lymph nodes and stimulating it in such a way that your lymph nodes don't hold the toxins anymore, allows the toxins to be released. The ozone, again, that ozone therapy, the ozone gets to find those pathogens that have been released and destroys them. And as your body eliminates them through your liver and colon, it goes out, which is why you have more energy, which is why you have less pain. In all the doctor interviews that you guys have been listening to, what you hear over and over consistently is that ozone therapy gets rid of pain in short order. Sometimes in one day, sometimes in a couple of days, but it's very, very fast. Why? Because it's going after the pathogens that is causing the inflammation. So think about if you could do the detox along with this, what a powerful combination, right? Right. So dry skin brushing you could do at night. Recommend maybe after dinner time, that 5-6 o'clock mark. Okay. So after dinner time, you will do the dry skin brushing, and then you hop in your bath, and that's when you add your 2 pounds, or I say 2 pounds, it's really 2 cups. And never really weighed it now that I think about it. So 2 cups of baking soda, 2 cups of sea salt, 2 cups of Epsom salt, and then you pour it in the bath water, soak in there 30 minutes, and you're good to go. When you come out, you have a coconut water, right? So by having that and having the coconut water after, you're replenishing your electrolytes, okay? Now, if you want to ramp it up, we're going to talk about some other therapies you could ramp up. This is also the time you could do some hydrotherapy, you could do some salt scrubs, you could do a few other things. But it's the matter of, at nighttime, you're doing that evening routine. And then the big one is, we haven't talked about that yet, and this is the time to talk about it for your colon. We're talking about the drinking the psyllium and taking the cascara, but doing coffee enemas or a colonic. Now, the purpose of the coffee enema is to stimulate the liver. Again, anything we could do to stimulate the liver, the better. So as you stimulate the liver, it releases the toxins, right? So we're going to have dandelion root tea, we're having the lemon juice, we're eating beets, right? But if you could also have a coffee enema, the coffee goes in and stimulates the little nerve endings that go all the way up into your liver, which helps to release it, right? I personally like the coffee enema for that reason, especially when you're doing a detox. But the colonic, using a colon hydrotherapist where you go to them and have them do it, is a little bit more effective, actually a lot more effective, because it goes in and cleans the whole colon, the whole 5 feet. And, you know, they massage you and they work with you and they get your colon really, really cleansed out. So that's the one I recommend, but not everybody could go. So focus on the coffee enema. Nighttime is a nice time to have it because, again, you're relaxed. It's the end of the day. You're releasing the toxins through your colon. If you want to wait until the morning to do your coffee enema, that's fine. That's not a problem. Okay, so your evening routine, we said the dry skin brushing, you're going to do your bath, you're going to do your coffee enema. Again, you can mix this up. If you want to do the coffee enema first and then do the dry skin brushing and the bath, that's fine too. The order is not so important. It's that you're doing it, okay? And then the very last thing you're going to do at night is your liver flush drink. So liver flush drink is very simply this. You're going to do something to push your liver a little bit to, again, release those toxins. So all you're going to do is take some fresh grapefruit, squeeze it into a blender. You're adding 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And if you'd like to add fresh ginger, you could add some fresh ginger. You're going to add a little bit of fresh lemon. Again, the recipe will be below. That's it. You don't need anything else. All you need is the grapefruit juice, a little bit of olive oil, fresh lemon, a little bit of ginger, and that's it. And then you drink that down right before bed. So that's it. That's the whole liver colon detox, and taking it all during the day and getting that done for you. Now, let's just put this all together so you understand this 3-day detox. Okay, so you're not like, oh my gosh, this is like so much, and I got lost. All right, so just take it slow. First thing in the morning, you're having your you're making your stuff for the day. So you're having your water with your lemon, right? And then you could have your have everything in order. Have your carrot juice that you have bought from the juice place, right? Having your liver root tea, having your coconut water, having your green smoothie, having everything in order, right? Have your list in order. So first thing in the morning, you're going to have a cup of lemon water, okay? Get you going. And then you're going to do stretches and move and get your whole system going. Maybe you're going to take your cat for a walk like Jack, or maybe you're going to go your dog for a walk, okay? Whatever it takes, you go out. Then you come back and then you just look at your schedule and say every 2 hours you're going to drink something. So in the morning you could have your green smoothie drink. So that's almond milk with your green powder. And then a couple hours later, you're going to have some more lemon water. A couple hours after that, you're going to have your juice, your vegetable juice. A couple hours after that, you're going to have your psyllium mix. A couple hours after that, you're going to have your liver drink, right? Your liver tea. A couple hours, so every 2 hours, you just look at your list and you just keep going down. And if you miss it and it's like, oh, it was 10 o'clock and I forgot my drink and where do I start? Just go right from the beginning. Okay, so make your list and you say, I have lemon water, I have my green smoothie, I have my psyllium mix, I have my liver, whatever you have, write it down and just keep going. And if you miss one, go to that last one that you missed and start there. All right, so keep it simple, and that's it. And then you'll see, it's like, oh, okay, it's not, it sounds a little bit like, but it's not. Because once you see the list of things you need to drink, you just check it off. It's okay, 8 o'clock, I had my lemon water. 10 o'clock, I had my green smoothie. 12 o'clock, I had my vegetable juice. 2 o'clock, I had my coconut water. 3 o'clock, I had my psyllium, right? You just mark it off. And if you want to have more, like every hour, some people are like, oh, I want to have more. Go ahead. In fact, that's what I used to do in my clinic. Every hour on the hour, I would have them drinking something. And they were like, they felt pretty full as they were going through their program, right? But that was because I was there cracking the whip, right? All right, so, okay, so a couple of tips, right? We don't want you to worry about getting it to the point where if you miss something, you failed. Don't worry about that. Just do the best you can getting as much liquid. Think about how much you're getting in already. I mean, you're getting nutrient-dense green powder, and you're having this vegetable juice, and you're having, this liver, whatever you get is more than you've had before. So you'll be okay. And as you get the hang of it, the next detox will be even better, right? And preparation is really everything, guys. So just make sure that you look at the checklist that I have and say, oh, okay, now I know what I need to have, and just prepare. Get your list together and see the things you need to get, and then just get it. Once you're prepared, there was a client I had, her name was Jet. And what Jet did was she had a cupboard with her name on it, a little shelf with a basket of all the things she needed. Now that's organized, right? And she said it was Jet's Detox. And she put in all the things she needed there. She put her Epsom salt, sea salt, baking soda, her dry skin brush, her herbs, everything was just there, which was brilliant because then the next time she did it, she could see, oh, I'm low on baking soda. Great, let me go get some. Oh, I'm low on my liver herb. Let me go get some, right? Because she could see it, what's needed right there. So be organized, put in a shelf, have it there so you could see exactly what you need, and it's 1,000 times easier. Right, and then you'll have time to order and make sure it's all there. Okay, so that's basically what you have to do for the 3 days. All right, I just rinse and repeat. You wake up in the morning Friday. You start your morning with the juices. You do your therapies in the evening. Saturday you wake up, exact same thing. Sunday you woke up, exact same thing. All right, now. The important part, like I mentioned on the other episode, was to make sure you have plenty of rest time, okay? You get so involved. Every single person who's ever done this is like, oh, I have to do this, and I have to do that, and I have to do that. I'm like, chill. What you want to do is you just have the liquids there, and you have everything that you have to do, but in the afternoon especially, even in the morning if you need to, but in the afternoon especially, take some time to chill out. Rest, rest, rest. That is the most important thing. That's usually the time people fall asleep as well. You never realize how tired you are until you lay down and it's just like, yeah, I'm really, really tired. I need to rest. So in the afternoon, I encourage you to go ahead and just have some downtime where you put your feet up and you just relax. I prefer not to have you watch TV because there's something negative on there. And then all the food commercials is terrible, right? So get your time where you're not even watching TV, you're not on your phone, you're just resting. And next thing you know, you're going to fall asleep, right? Because it's tiring. It's tiring to do that. And then you wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm behind the schedule. I didn't do anything for 2 hours. Again, pick up where you left off and you're okay. You'll be fine. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, so let me just give you a couple more tips on the evening routine when you do your dry skin brushing, just so you know time-wise what that includes. It's about 5 minutes to do, 5-10 minutes for the dry skin brushing, right? Not much. The bath is 30 minutes, the detox bath, where you're soaking with the baking soda, sea salt, and Epsom salt. So about 30 minutes. If you can't take 30 minutes, then do 20 minutes. That's fine. And take it as hot as you could comfortably take it. I know some people cannot take the heat. That's fine. But just do as hot as you could take it, 20 to 30 minutes, right? And then if you want to, we could add, we're going to talk about the therapies later, but you could do hydrotherapy and salt scrub. Hydrotherapy is simply hot and cold. Salt scrub is simply taking salt and scrubbing it on your skin after, and that's it. So if you want to add those, again, that just takes a few minutes, maybe 10, 15 minutes, and that's it. And then your coffee enema, which is the one that takes probably the longest, that could take 20 to 30 minutes. So let's add that all up. So we had 5 minutes of dry skin brushing, right? We had, let's say, 30 minutes of the bath, so that's 35 minutes, right? Let's say you want to add the hydrotherapy, that's another 15 minutes. So we're at 45, 50 minutes, salt scrubbing that. And then let's say you want to do the coffee enema, that's 30 minutes. So that nighttime routine is the one where it's going to take you a couple of hours, right? You see the time by the time you put it together. Now, if there's parts of that you want to skip, I don't advise that. But if anything, do the coffee enema the next day. That's fine. But you're going to need to do something for the colon, meaning either a coffee enema or a colon hydrotherapy. There's just not, it's non-negotiable. If you're going to get results and you think you're going to just take some herbs for your colon, don't call me. Don't email me, because I'm going to ask you, did you do the coffee enema? Did you do a colonic? Did you do a coffee enema? I'm going to ask you, because in all my years of using the herbs for the cleansing of the colon, nothing touches it like doing the actual colonic on some level. All right, and I know it might be new for those of you who have never ever done a coffee enema or a colonic. I understand. You don't like things up your butt. I understand. But it's a little tiny speculum that you just put in, and it's just super, super easy and actually very comfortable. Most people that I know put on some music and they make it a very relaxing event. Some people put on some candles and get their book out or their music and just relax. And as the colon is cleansed out, there's nothing like a good colon cleanse. I can't emphasize that enough. Okay, so that's your nighttime routine. The dry skin brushing, the detox bath, hydrotherapy if you choose to, that is optional. But then the coffee enema or the colonic is not optional. So that kind of gives you a time frame for those couple of hours at night. And then during the day, just 2 hours, every 2 hours, and then rest. That's your 3-day detox, my friends. And that's as simple as it could get. It's just a matter of putting everything together, preparing for it, and then going through the routine. All right. Okay. So tomorrow we're going to go into more detail about how to do the liver flush and the mix for the colon, because I've been going through it as an overview, but then tomorrow we're going to be talking about the details. Okay. All right. We'll see you on the next episode.